Welcome, one and all. It's a Monday night. You're drinking with your friends, and it's not even Monday anymore. It's Tuesday. There's been too much soccer. We drink too much. Welcome to the regulars. I'm Cody Decker.
I'm Tanya Ray Fox.
What can I say? It's a cold open Tuesday, and we felt like trying shit. So
I
welcome.
like it.
I like it. This might be the new way to go. We got a lot to cover today.
Especially for people who are tuning in like off the top of our stream.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like nice to see us. We're here. We're officially here. You're not missing anything. Then you have to watch our artistic open,
Which is a phenomenal open.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesse Kivel's incredible Beach Hill Meditation. Great song, by the way. Thank
Great
you, Jesse
song,
Kivel,
by the
for
way,
donating
indeed.
the song to the show,
That's
as always. And, of course, all our great shots that we got around town at the bars that we're kind of already regulars at. So
Exactly. It was a genius on your part.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really well done.
Yeah, I went to film school. That's what I did it for.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Well, and it worked out.
It did.
And also, I've been watching a lot of podcasts lately, pulling inspiration, and I was like, you know what? I think these people should be hearing from us sooner. They should hear our annoying voices off the top, off the jump.
I think it's fair.
I don't want to give them a reprieve too early.
I think it's fair. I think it's a fair move. I like that we're trying things, and that's what it's all about, trying new shit. And Tanya, what a weekend it was. How was your 4th of July? How you feeling? I was in Catalina Island. I got so drunk and so high at all times. It was great. It was very relaxing. I was asleep every night by 9.
I had an interesting weekend. So our friends had extra tickets to the America 250 show at the Coliseum.
How was it?
And it was like wild. Like Chris and I got there way early, and it was very like bizarre. They were really playing commercials on this stage. It was very much set up for the live stream for everybody to watch on. So there was like a lot of rigging, and the stage was kind of like, the sound was okay. They had a couple people come out. Anthony Ramos does the national anthem. I sit because I'm in Colin Kaepernick territory for the rest of my life until something changes. So I don't get up for the national anthem.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But Anthony Ramos was great. Mara Morris came out and kind of just did like almost like a sound check style performance of like a few of her hit songs. She's great, but like whatever. So Chris and I are like, what are we really watching? But it was gorgeous. It's the Coliseum. We're there. We're having a neutral.
By the way, how is the Coliseum?
What do you mean?
I haven't been to the Coliseum in a while.
It's great. I mean,
Yeah?
like, I think the Coliseum's awesome because it's old school. Like, it just like feels, it's nostalgic being at the Coliseum. Like, it's still in really, like, the renovations have kept it in really good condition.
Good, I'm glad to hear it, because I know they sunk in like $250 million like 10 years ago, so I haven't really seen how that's
It's still very much
lived
the
up.
Coliseum. It still very much feels like you're at an old school stadium, and also the seats are very small, like very close together, Fenway.
I've never loved it, but I do appreciate what it is.
Yeah, it's very Fenway-esque, so I'm used to it. But it was cool. But then the best part, so Chaka Khan comes out.
I'm fucking listening.
Yeah. And she is full band. Drummer is insane. Her guitarist is insane. She's in this gorgeous gold and black outfit. Like, fucking body is fire.
Still fucking got it.
She looks so hot. She can still sing so well. It's insane.
I love me some Chaka Khan.
She was
still
so
got
good.
that
Like,
shit.
it was the highlight of the night. Incredible. Chris and I were like, holy fucking shit. She's still really good.
Nice.
And then really exciting. A bunch of the like teens in the crowd, like old teens, maybe early, young 20s, really into Chaka Khan, which I loved.
Dig it.
Then Smashing Pumpkins comes out because they're launching their tour.
Yeah.
Never seen Smashing Pumpkins. And still great. Like,
Yeah?
they sounded great.
Good to hear that, because I saw Billy about 8 years ago, and boy oh boy, could he not hit a fucking note on any of his songs.
He still can't. He has to adjust, but he's, I think, over time done a much better job of adjusting for the notes he can't hit anymore.
Because like the Billy Joel, I saw Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden. Now I'm freely admitting it's not prime time Billy Joel anymore. but he's also down-tuned a lot of his songs
Right.
so he could still hit a lot of those notes.
Yeah, and so he's doing some of that. I mean, there's some stuff he's just never going to be able to do at
Yeah.
this age where his voice is at. But the performance was still great. The band was awesome. And it was cool. The energy was right. Like people were into it, which was really, really fun. So
Phenomenal to
That
hear.
was cool. That's the recap.
So I'm glad you told me that because the Coliseum, I did something, I wouldn't say irresponsible. I did something kind of different. And I don't know if I've even talked to you about it yet.
Okay.
So my school, UCLA, where I went to, has, they always call me asking for donations because they need my fucking money for some reason.
Yeah.
And
you're the richest guy who went to UCLA.
Yeah, they don't have better alumni. That being said, UCLA has been extremely good to me over the years, and I'll give you an example of how UCLA has been very good to me. So when I was a minor league baseball player, I gave hitting lessons out of the UCLA batting cages for like 7 years. That alone, them letting me do that, basically running a private business by myself out of their cages, and they didn't charge me for it. Like that saved my entire baseball career. I funded my entire baseball career. It was a grind because I was giving lessons for like 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
But they allowed me to make money, which if it weren't for UCLA, I never would have been able to make it to the big leagues or have any semblance of the career that I have.
Yeah.
So they got me. And the reason I asked you about the Coliseum
Okay.
is because I've always talked a lot of shit about the Rose Bowl. By the way, shit that I'm right about. It's a bitch to get in and out of.
I'm not a Rose Bowl fan.
It's a pain. It's as bad as Dodger Stadium is to get in
Yeah.
because there's only 4 entrances in the Chavez Ravine. There's only 4 entrances in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And they're bad entrances. You have at least freeways to get there. You're taking city streets.
We took the train in and walked 6 minutes to.
I'm glad you're telling me because that's what I'm going to end up doing
the-
because I got season tickets to the Rose Bowl this year because UCLA is
To the
sunk.
Rose? No. I'm talking about to the Coliseum.
Oh, okay. I was about to be excited.
Yeah,
I thought
no,
maybe
no.
the Pasadena
saying that-
train takes 6 minutes
No,
away.
the Coliseum is like so. That's my point. Is like it's so easy to get to. We literally got dropped off, 6-minute walk right inside.
fucking
Like
mad.
I know, and it's a really like I prefer just even the. Like, I think it's such an iconic LA look, with the little
Yeah, it's badass.
thing. Rose Bowl is cool.
The sign
It's
at the
huge,
Rose
but
Bowl
both
is.
these places are huge.
They're huge,
This thing
but-
has been around since like 1920.
Well, here's the good news. UCLA has apparently sunk in like $300 million into the actual
Okay.
place, and they're building this new private area and bar area that I decided to buy tickets to. I'm going to basically watch it from this indoor-outdoor bar that's going to be in the end
I
zone.
do want to go to that.
I'm
do
going
wanna
to
go
take you to
yeah,
at
yeah.
least one game.
That does. I will not be driving. Someone
No,
else
neither am I. I plan to Uber there and
taking a nice
Uber out.
Uber out there. Yeah.
And I'll figure it out how we're gonna fucking do this. But I am not driving in and out of
Yeah.
the Rose Bowl.
No.
I'd rather put a gun in my mouth.
But
No
it sounds,
shot.
It sounds like it'll be worth it once we're there.
No. Once we're there, it sounds like it's gonna be
Okay.
absolutely awesome. So very excited for that. But let's get into it because we got headlines and holy shit, Tanya, the World Cup.
The new biggest soccer fan in the world.
Dude, I used
This
to.
man loves football.
I used to talk so much shit, and I. By the way, I'm not wrong about the shit that I talked. Like the perception of soccer in this country was very, very clear, and it's because the MLS is boring.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I will say, I'm not gonna lie. I think now that you have been into the sport as much as you have because of the World Cup,
I will
I'd be
tune in a little
surprised
more.
if you were as bored as you were before. By
Maybe,
basically
and I
any
might,
soccer
and I. By
game.
the way, I might try to tune into
Like,
some
I think
MLS
you might
shit.
be more into MLS and NWSL now. Like, you're going to notice there should be a difference in the level of soccer in the MLS versus the World Cup. There's a difference between the World Cup and like a lot of other leagues,
Yeah.
right? But I would be surprised if it wasn't at least more interesting to you than it was before. But, the United States did not exactly give it their best shot in their final outing here.
Ooh, it was
So not a great recommendation of United States men's soccer.
It was god awful.
Really? So you watched it out. I watched it at home. I was a little under the weather yesterday. And I was so glad I did because I was in a really bad mood. Like, it really bummed me out.
Yeah, it was
I knew
bummer.
that the United States could lose that game. I was under no belief that the United States was going to win the World Cup, but I did think that they could win that game.
I did too.
Especially with Balogun being back. We'll talk about that. That is coming. I don't want to get into it quite yet. But especially with him being back. And it was one mistake, one lazy, showing after another. Later on in the show, we are going to talk about the backlash that Christian Pulisic is facing right now.
He's getting a lot of it.
So we're going to talk about that, especially the way it's being covered in the media, because I think that's a really interesting angle right now. But overall, there was, my biggest takeaway was that this team looked like outside of that sort of this was supposed to be the golden era, right?
Yeah.
The golden era, the new golden era since Tim Howard and Landon Donovan and the days of the last time that they faced Belgium, which was a much, much more like, truly legitimate showing. This was supposed to be the next step up, and it looked like they were there. And it was as flat as it could have possibly been. The goaltending was awful. I don't understand why Pochettino really insisted on Matt Freese. The first time that he was really challenged in a game, he truly fell flat on his face. And I'm not trying to hate. I do not want to hate on players for the worst moments of their careers in front of billions of people. But that was a player that was not ready for that moment at all.
And you saw it with that third goal on the Belgium side. I mean, he cooed himself. And I understand what happened. I truly do understand what happened. But you know what could have solved everything? If he just kicked the fucking ball. Yeah. I understood that he felt somebody in his back pocket that he did not know was there. But if you just kick the fucking ball, no problem. And we're still in this game that we are god-awfully flat in.
Give yourself time to get back to the goal. And you're caught out of position, okay. You don't want to fall on the ball and get hit in the head, fine. But you've got to do something there. The instincts have to kick in. And we have Matt Turner on the team with a lot more experience who looked pretty good in the game that he played. So it's really frustrating, especially after watching, the type of goaltending that we've watched all World Cup long. We've watched some of the best goaltending I've personally ever seen in any tournament, men's or women's. It's been incredible.
And it turns out the greatest goalie ever is from a small Rhode Island-sized nation off the coast of Africa.
And is 40.
And has worked as an electrician and a plumber. And likely will no longer have to work as either of those things
But the best that
anymore.
the United States could put out there was Matt Freese with his 16 caps or whatever he's had. That's so frustrating. And again, I'm not... Like, the last thing I want is for Matt Freese to feel
Of course,
worse.
it was just tough.
I don't think he was set up. He shouldn't have been the goaltender. I think he's a professional goaltender. I just don't think he should have been the professional goaltender for this tournament.
I get it.
And, let's talk about, we're going to talk more about that United States game and what happened. But let's talk about England versus Mexico, which was the exact opposite, of what we had to witness with the United States.
It was amazing.
Oh, my God. First of all, Mexico has been on fire this whole tournament. I really thought that Mexico went into that game as the better team.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I did not expect you to say that.
Yeah,
do you mean that like players-wise, or you just think a melding of a team that actually runs on
with the way they've been playing in the tournament, right? Like I did not have ahead of this. I had no expectations of Mexico. Then they've been playing lights out, especially in the Azteca. They're playing in Azteca. They're playing in Mexico City. This is home field, and they have been clicking on all cylinders. Whereas England has been sort of in and up and down, right? It's taken a lot of like heroics from Harry Kane, heroics here and there, whatever. Things have had to like kind of coalesce for them to win games, but they do have an incredibly deep squad. Okay. If you had told me they were going to be down to 10 men for that long and have to defend that long, they would hold on, I would never have believed you.
This was like watching a Jonathan Demme film when it comes down to the amount of anxiety you felt at all times, because Mexico had the pressure on for fucking 40 minutes and it never stopped. They never stopped attacking. They never stopped trying. It was, I had no real dog in the race. I was rooting for Mexico because they're Mexico.
I was rooting for Mexico too.
But I was like, I won't lose sleep if England goes forward. It means I get to listen to more fucking Wonderwall. That's great. But like, holy shit. And I had Charlie Davies on the show this morning on The Fan.
Nice.
And we've been having him on every week, and he's been phenomenal. But how he described the juxtaposition between Mexico and the United States in their final outing. He basically put it this way. Mexican fans will attack their own players if they don't like what they're seeing. They will throw beer at them. They will shout at them, and they will hold them beyond accountable.
Which I'm not a fan of.
Which I'm not always a fan of.
We don't need to be throwing beer at
No,
anybody
I
ever,
agree. But like, he was trying to make this example of what these fans are.
Right.
There was not a single dry eye in that town. There was not a single Mexican fan that was not so proud of that team.
Yeah.
They tried and they died on that field.
Yeah.
They gave everything they had, and they just couldn't get through. But they left it all out there. Sure as fuck can't say that about the U.S. team. That was fucking terrible.
I mean, there is no better example of what it looks like to hold down the fort and really grind it out than both Mexico trying and England holding it down.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, Jude Bellingham played out of his fucking mind.
So fucking crazy.
It's the best I've seen him play at the international level. What a time to have the best international game you've ever had.
And also just the most English of last names I've ever heard in my life.
The whole name.
The whole name, Jude Bellingham.
I mean, they literally sing a Beatles song at him.
It sounds like there should be a terrible beef Wellington type of meal made after that.
Oh yeah, the Jude
name.
Bellingham.
Oh, the Jude Bellingham.
It's the worst. It's like the worst version of beef Wellington.
It's just a terrible roast, and
the old
I don't know.
Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, give me a Jude Bellingham.
Although he's class A, he's class now, so he's got to. But it was he put on a performance, and the other person who stood out to everybody was Jordan Pickford, the keeper.
Oh my God!
And incredible moment for me because, as you know, I'm never wrong. And when I go to the mat for somebody, when I really don't let up, you should not be arguing with me. And I've been arguing with people on Jordan Pickford for the entire tournament, actually for years now, because he's the keeper for Everton. So I've watched just about every Jordan Pickford game that I could watch in the last decade. And he's one of the best keepers in the world. That's why he's been England's keeper for 3 World Cups. There's a very weird relationship that the English fans have with him because he is undersized and he plays a specific style. But he's easily the best keeper they've ever had in the history of their country. And that performance did not surprise me. I knew he had it in him, and I've been telling everybody the difference between England and a lot of these countries is that they have one of the most experienced goalkeepers in the world, and he's not afraid. If you had to pick one goalkeeper to be in that situation, down a man, and have to defend for that long, I don't care who. Take some of the best that I've ever played. He's one of the best you could pick. He does not give a fuck. That whole, the aggressiveness, going out and getting the ball, not being afraid, getting it downfield, the pace, seeing him sort of quarterback the team from where he was. That's Jordan Pickford. That's what he does. And he will be the difference maker for this team if they are able to win a cup. So it was really fun to watch that.
The whole match was incredible to watch. And, and it just, again, the juxtaposition to seeing that over to the U.S. side. And, we're going to talk more about the U.S. side and what else contributed to the fucked up nature of the entire 48 hours. Trust me, it was... I'm still just sitting here, cannot believe what the fuck has happened in the last 4.5 days. Like, it's just been batshit crazy and frankly horrifically embarrassing. So I really am excited to talk to you about that specifically, but kind of to get back over to the good things of the World Cup before we get to the outrageous and abhorrent fucking controversy and, I don't know, corruption, which FIFA is really good at. Let's talk about the game today.
Yeah.
Because holy shit, one game was bored. I was bored to tears, of course, until the end.
PKs always brings you back, yeah.
My God, PKs are fucking electric. And of course, the outrageousness of watching Egypt fall to pieces with only 11 minutes to go in this matchup.
I think that it was 10 minutes. 3
My
goals in 10 minutes.
God, I cannot fucking believe that happened. And by the way, it was really that last in extra time, that last 5 minutes in the stoppage time when they got that final goal.
Yeah. That
final goal. I cannot wait to hear your takeaway from that, because my takeaway from that was, what the fuck are you guys doing? They really wanted to get a foul for Salah. I get it, but it did not look like one even a little to me. But you might have a different read.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It looked like it was mild contact and he went down.
They were talking about it on the broadcast. Rules analyst was saying,
was it close?
They probably should have VAR'd it. But here's the thing. Egypt played the better game the whole game, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was inarguable. We've been talking about FIFA corruption. We're going to talk more about FIFA corruption, but the reality is Messi had set a World Cup record for nobody's ever missed 2 penalty kicks in a World Cup tournament before, let alone in the same game. Truly not a record you want to set when you're the greatest of all time. By the way, wasn't going to stop us from saying that, but he was not having a good game. He was not having a good game, and there was a shift in the way it was sort of being officiated. There was a speed that they suddenly got. Listen, Messi is an otherworldly player, but he's still 39 years old, and it takes a little bit of help from the team and everybody else to get him going. He had already missed a couple kicks. It feels like the result was a little bit
forced,
manipulated.
of course. Lakers Kings, man.
It doesn't feel great.
It doesn't.
It feels like, all the hosts are gone. Cristiano Ronaldo is out. Messi's down 2-0 with 10 minutes to go, and he's missed both his penalty kicks. And then they win the game 3-0. Now listen, sports are crazy. This shit happens.
Sports are crazy.
This shit happens. But, as I was kind of watching back, I'm like, oh, man, I can't see anything that's like definitively like there's the thing they did wrong that makes it look like it was manipulated. But I can't tell you that it looked the same as it did. But like there was a, I don't know.
Something's rotten in Denmark is what
Sort
you're
of,
saying.
yeah,
I get it. And trust me,
Argentina's not played well. They almost lost to Cabo Verde.
Dude, it crossed my mind too. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it didn't.
But at the same time, you and I have watched this. We've watched this with these GOATs forever. Tiger Woods coming back and winning the Masters. Tom Brady playing till he was 45.
Shit happens,
LeBron
man.
James is 41 years old. Serena
and he's
Williams
dominating the free agent market now.
Serena Williams is still playing fucking tennis.
Yeah, she is.
We just live in an era where these players are they're just on another fucking level.
Longevity is an
but
outrageous
I'm really
thing.
bummed because I'm over it with Messi. I don't find him particularly compelling anymore. I think watching him when he's at his best is amazing. He's not at his best anymore. I mean, I think people don't understand that, like, watching Messi in his prime was something fucking else. And right now, it just very much feels like Messi's getting a lot of opportunities. He's gotten away with handballs. He's gotten away with red card
He got away with a red card.
He's gotten away with a lot on the field. And it's like, yeah, if you give one of the best players in the world free reign to do whatever the fuck they want on the field, then they're going to stay with Mbappe and the goals, and that's what they want. That's what they want. They
want France, Argentina.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
So,
I know what they want.
And the whole world, right now, the whole world is fuck Messi, fuck Argentina. Nobody's on their side. So, uphill battle in terms of getting public support.
Listen,
but FIFA's got their back.
I'm really I enjoy Spain. I'm going to continue enjoying Spain. I'm enjoying England. I'm going to continue enjoying England. And France is always fun to watch
it's
because
Mbappe for
Mbappe's
me, for
outrageous.
Sure.
So
like
no matter what, I got
England
things to watch.
It's like annoying because like English fans fuck the whole situation a lot of times. Although some of them are great, some of them are awful. Just like Americans, right? Like some American fans are the best, and some of them are the worst. And that's how I feel about the English fans. Yeah. But their team, man, like Jude, and I love Harry Kane. I love Bukayo Saka. I love Marcus Rashford. I love these players. Jed Spence is my new favorite player. Like, I like their team. So,
It's the World Cup's been outrageous. Obviously, we haven't even mentioned Holland and everything that he's done. And whew.
Yep.
This tournament ain't over, man.
We're about to get Norway, England.
Yeah.
So, that's tough. Do you root
Someone's
for
got to go.
Holland versus Jude? And
listen, I'm going to take the Elmo approach in this one. I just want everyone to have a good time. Just want everyone to have fun on this one.
Elmo loves everyone.
Everybody. Let's not make it a thing. Let's not do that. Let's not make this one a thing.
Thank you.
Which, by the way, was a fucking hilarious video. All right, so let's get into... I have a different take that I would like to open with on our next subject.
Okay, let's do
because we're going to get into, for the next couple of segments, the outrageous racism in the World Cup.
Yeah.
I want to say that it's made me smile a little bit in a weird way, and I'm going to tell you why.
This dude's smiling at racism.
Nope, I'm not smiling at racism. It's just good to know we're not the fucking only fucked up ones. Thank God we're not the only fucking nightmare out there. We're a nightmare, but Argentina's out there.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit. And there are senators in Paraguay. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is going on?
I've been trying to tell people for a long time.
Holy shit.
We've talked about it a little bit on this show. Soccer is a horrifically racist sport.
Dude.
And we have been so blessed to have like a really wonderful cultural exchange in this World Cup, and things have been really great. But now we're getting down in the nitty gritty, and we're getting down to the difficult rounds, and we're getting down to people losing, like favorites getting kicked out, and things are getting ugly. And this is a very racist sport. I mean, we talk about it all the time in the United States with every league, and we're always going to hold them accountable. But the level to which these fans feel comfortable being outwardly racist, senators and public figures being outwardly racist, some of the stuff that the broadcasters have been saying, Bastian Schweinsteiger, there have been some horrific shit said by these broadcasters.
Really? I've missed some shit.
Talking about...
Clearly I missed something.
So I think it was a former Paraguayan coach, maybe, talking about how black players don't have the the concentration to play for more than 60 to 80 minutes.
What?
Bastian Schweinsteiger said something that was super racist that I can't even remember now. Like, it's been really bad. It's been getting worse and worse. And these players have, so the story that we're going to kind of talk about now is something that Kylian Mbappe dealt with from a Paraguayan senator. Now, Mbappe has been dealing with racism in Europe. Shocker, right? Mm-hmm. But this senator, just for everybody who's not up to par, Amaria described Mbappe as a colonized Cameroonian desperately trying to pass himself off as French and as a brute who had not learned to write. Paraguay's players should have slapped him after the match, she said. She also made reference to some other stuff that honestly just like it's starting to feel uncomfortable to read.
Yeah. Not going to repeat that shit.
So Mbappe, I mean, even reading that was tough. Yeah. Mbappe responded, Madame Celeste Amaria, you are a despicable woman and unworthy of your position. You do not represent Paraguay, that country which has sweated passion and honor through their competition. He said that her tirade was a distraction from the tremendous accomplishment of Paraguay at the World Cup and added, through your recklessness and your brazen racism, the entire world has forgotten the journey and historic effort that your players accomplished during this World Cup, making a way for an incompetent woman who gives the worst possible image of her country. Mm-hmm. She continued on and responded to him in this crazy long letter where she deflected and said more stupid shit and talked about a bunch of other stuff that, again, her words are really rough, but it's very easy to find it. But she used nearly half the letter to criticize Mbappe's response and demanded an apology from him, accusing him of gender-based violence and how he'd spoken about her and threatening legal action if he did not retract his comments. Who are you to call me indignant or despicable when you don't even know me, she asked. Now remember, she started calling him racist slurs. This lady's out of her fucking mind.
This is a fucking psychopath.
And this man is like going after a World Cup title, is in the lead, tying basically essentially for the golden boot right now. He is doing everything he possibly can. He's one of the most beloved players in the world. And no matter what he fucking does, no matter how well he plays, no matter how classy he is, by the way, he didn't hold the Paraguayan people responsible for what their senator said. Mm-hmm. He did not say it was a reflection of the country. Now, Paraguay played a pretty shady game in that game, right? They were physical. They were doing everything they possibly could.
They were doing everything they could.
But at the end of the day, they knew who they were up against, and they were trying to get away with it. And I don't necessarily blame them, but neither did Mbappe. He was never going to do it. He never stooped. And the class, like the integrity that it took in that moment to respond that way, his response to be so gracious as to remind her how lovely the people of her country are and how she is a fucking embarrassment to them. How could we not relate to that with what we've been dealing with, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, truly, it was so wild because at the same exact time that this was happening, so many Americans are being attacked for what Trump did to supposedly interfere with, getting Balogun back on the team with the red card suspension. And I dealt with it all weekend because I talk about this a lot on the internet. People, saying some pretty horrific shit about Balogun because of what Trump did. And here's Mbappe, an actual player who has endured the racist abuse himself, never looking to hold anyone accountable but her.
Yeah.
And it's like, he just said, like, one of the best examples that I almost hesitate to even call it a good example because I don't even want people to think that they have to respond this way. Like, you don't actually have to be this gracious. He just happened to be, you know what I mean? Like, if he had just popped off and said everything that he was thinking, if he had been a fucking asshole, I would have blamed him, But it was a really well executed response. And we are dealing with, very much having to try to separate a people from their leaders. The average person is struggling with that in this climate.
I would say the average intelligent person is struggling with that in this climate, yes.
What do you mean?
I don't think as many people are struggling with it as they should be.
That's my point. They can't do it. They're not separating.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then I misunderstood what you said.
The leader, like separating leadership from the people.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
The idiots can't do it,
No.
right? it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to look at a group of people who are being represented by, I don't know, say Trump, and not hold soccer fans and, Flo Balagoon accountable for what Trump did. And it's just, on top of what Mbappe was dealing with, there was a lot of people saying that Flo should be sitting out of the game because of Trump. It's an embarrassment. This is a joke. That's like, we're wading into territory constantly with these guys that just seems to be like,
I mean, listen, like when it comes down to the Balogun situation, I can't stress enough how annoying this was. And I hate that Balogun had to deal with this at all, because this is why this whole fucking Trump, I mean, the Trump thing, let's just go ahead and get into it, because it's so fucking batshit. I mean, the amount of blatant and open corruption, whether or not he actually had to do with it or not,
Yeah. No,
I'm willing to bet
didn't.
he didn't have much to do with it. But the fact that he's going on national television, international television, and saying that he is, and having other senators come on the podium to say, thank you, Mr. Trump, for getting that red chart, while FIFA's out putting out a statement, which, by the way, Trump's statement is a direct violation of 2 bylaws, massive bylaws to the FIFA World Cup, which is now opening up a massive...
Yeah, because then Gianni Infantino had to come on and be like, oh, dude, I hear from people's countries and their diplomats all the goddamn time.
Yeah, so he has to come out and do this. And by the way...
So now he's got to throw everybody else under the bus.
And make no mistake, U.S. losing yesterday all of a sudden might have been the best possible thing for business for FIFA, because now this whole fucking thing kind of goes away at the moment. Thank fucking God for them, because trust me, I know that president is well aware about the indictments that happened to his predecessors. So yeah, I think he's always worried about this type of shit and how this actually currently looks. Looks fucking bad. That being said, the vibe around this USA team going into this weekend was still staggeringly high and through the roof, even with the red card of Bellingham that a lot of us didn't agree with. But then again, we do understand the rules, and we were going to get past it, and we were going to be fine. But the way this was done and how it was done within 24 hours of basically the match looked fucking terrible. And then immediately denying any type of appeal from Belgium looked fucking terrible.
Well, it wasn't like there is no appeal.
I know
process.
there's no appeal process. That's why it's just. And by the way,
it wasn't like they were like, oh no, we usually allow it. There isn't one.
And FIFA's, by the way, reasoning for suspending Bellingam's fucking suspension for a year had no explanation to it other than we're suspending it for a year. So that looked fucking terrible.
So that's the other thing too. When they did it for Ronaldo heading into the tournament, he was supposed to miss at least a game, potentially 2 of the first games, because he also had his red card suspension suspended or deferred. He was suspended 3 games. They deferred 2 of them. That happened a week after Cristiano Ronaldo came to the United States for the first time in 12 years, met with Trump, and a week later he has this red card deferred. So again, there's no real explanation for these things. FIFA is so corrupt, and there really is such like a lack of transparency around these processes. The red card itself was so unprecedented.
Yeah.
Goal scorers getting a red card that hadn't happened since 2006 when Zinedine Zidane head-butted a dude in the chest, very clearly a red card. It was an unprecedented red card, and then it was an unprecedented reversal. And what ended up happening was that, a bunch of people felt like that was Balogun's fault.
And
first of all,
not.
there was Balogun just deciding to sit out of a World Cup game doesn't come without consequences. You can't actually do it. There's actually like a bunch of shit that could have happened to him.
Yeah.
Nobody understands. I was seeing hundreds of comments from people saying, "Do I watch soccer? No. Am I familiar with the World Cup? No." Paragraph on what Flo Balogun and the USMNT should do.
Insane.
Because as soon as Trump involved himself, everybody thought, well, this is a politics story now, so I get to weigh in. So I get to weigh in on this player, the future of his whole fucking career, this like 23-year-old, right? Like I get to weigh in irresponsibly because it's Trump, and we get to talk about whatever fucking Trump does.
Yep.
And
What a fucking nightmare.
It was a nightmare. And the person suffering the most from all of this was a dude who did nothing.
Nothing wrong at all.
Nothing.
And that's the worst part. And that's the other thing I want to point. I'm talking about the vibes about this USA team. They were phenomenal. I loved this team. Everyone loved this team. There was incredible. And by the way, I still love this team because here's the thing.
By the way, Flo played pretty good yesterday.
He did. But you know what? Here's the thing. Were they the recipients and benefactors? Well, despite the ending of how the game actually went, they were. I don't look at the Team USA at all for being corrupt. I don't look at Pelican being corrupt at all. Obviously, were they the beneficiaries of a corrupt thing? Yeah.
By the way, welcome to international soccer.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, this is unprecedented. It's not. It's simply not.
It's fucking ugly. It definitely is, but I can't.
What normally, and someone pointed this out, which I loved, is like, no, this shit happens all the time. Just normally, people's presidents aren't stupid enough to fucking tweet about it.
Yes, and I gotta also say this, and those of you who are weirdly were taking victory laps over this, the fact that this became such political theater and fucking nonsense made me so fucking sick and so fucking embarrassed.
It was such disingenuous.
It was so disingenuous because last week the same motherfucker tried to get birthright citizenship fucking removed from the country of which Pelican is only a member of the team due to birthright fucking citizenship. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. This is fucking nonsense.
He's like the poster child for birthright citizenship.
He absolutely is, in the best way, by the way.
Yeah.
Those of you that have used this, fuck you. Fuck you. Nothing else to say. You hypocritical fucks. Oh, I hate this.
And the only person I'm more mad at right now than all you hypocritical fucks is his teammate, who we're going to get to in a little bit. Before we move on from the extreme racism constantly in this goddamn World Cup, I show Speed, who is everywhere and perhaps annoyingly so, but actually he's a pretty good kid, man. You know, he really is a good kid. He's an iPad kid who grew up to be a streamer, but does a lot.
He's making a killing.
He does a lot. He's a thoughtful person, and I feel like
I don't know much about him.
Yeah. He's a kid. He's grown up basically on camera in front of these people. Got a gajillion followers and live stream viewers all the time. But by all accounts, he's a good enough kid, and I've seen interactions with him between people. He's respectful. He's kind. He's thoughtful, and he was streaming. He has over 56 million YouTube subscribers. So this man's one of the more famous people in an entire generation of Americans.
Is. Can't deny it. Flat out is.
And he was live streaming from the game at Hard Rock Stadium while Cape Verde was playing Argentina. And a fan near him in the stands, that you could kind of hear her yelling on the stream, was yelling at a racial slur at him and told him to go home. A fan was also heard telling the streamer to go cry at the zoo. These were Argentinian fans, who are the country itself and their fans notoriously wildly racist, and they're certainly not doing anything to assuage us of that notion. And he was like, hey, what's your problem? Like, he was doing nothing, saying nothing to them. Like, there was no reason for this to be happening. There's never any reason to have a racial slur yelled at you, but just to set the stage for what was going on. So the players are dealing with racism from fans, from crowd people, from senators. The crowd and the fans are dealing with racism from other people in the crowd and other fans. The people who've done absolutely nothing are dealing with racism for playing in games. This is, this is the kind of thing where sometimes I genuinely feel like I'm losing my mind, because no matter how much something will bring us together, there's something just so fucking pervasive about anti-blackness specifically. All of these incidents we've talked about, all of them have one thing in common: French, American, Cape Verdean. Doesn't matter what we're talking about. Like, it's always anti-blackness. And, with the increase of the, presence of African teams in this tournament and moving forward, with the sort of influx of interest in African soccer and football, we're going to see more of it. And I've actually talked about it on this show before. I mean, Vinicius Jr. on Brazil.
Yes. Very famous
who is
situation,
a teammate of Mbappe's,
which has led to things in the World Cup. You can't cover your mouth on the field, on the pitch, because of something that happened to him.
A couple of people have already been red carded for it, which is like, you really can't help yourself, huh?
You know the fucking rules. Fucking figure it out. Like, you really can't stop yourself from being racist, huh? Fucking wild.
And it's
wild.
racism is everywhere, but the anti-blackness specifically is just so pervasive internationally. So yeah, America, we've got our fucking problems. And, I think that, I think that a lot of countries get a real kick out of how much we call out our own racism, because we call it out so much, because we talk about it so much, because our Black population, because Black Americans are so outspoken and such good advocates for themselves. The rest of the world believes that they don't have the same type of racism. No, no.
You absolutely do.
It might be. It might come from different places, and maybe you didn't have chattel slavery, or maybe you did because it certainly was in other places. But regardless, no. Now, if you'd like to take a page out of Black Americans' books and learn how to stand up for yourselves, and they've got the fucking playbook. But don't tell me that the rest of the world isn't dealing with this, because your people came over here and acted fucking crazy.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to leave this to you right now. Should we stay on the course of racism with our next story, or should we take a break and talk about LeBron James?
Let's take a break and talk about LeBron James.
Let's take a break and talk about LeBron James.
I would love to, yeah, because we're gonna break, talk about LeBron James, go back to a different form of racism and a different sport.
Oh, we didn't have enough of that already.
Back to American racism.
Good. The
America's
old-fashioned racism.
Yeah. LeBron's next team predictions and their current odds are something I've been kind of watching, kind of tracking. Now, I don't bet. I don't use these apps. I just kind of Google it, see what's what.
I will say, prediction market apps are actually getting frighteningly close to predicting things.
Okay, so
now.
I haven't even necessarily been paying attention to how accurate they are.
It's fascinating.
So prediction markets are doing a lot better than like your average sports book.
Yes,
okay.
because it's basically taking up to the moment things. So it's honestly where the money goes and where the money changes and people shifting opinions. So it actually gives you a to the point, actually weirdly accurate view on things that are happening. Like for instance, elections. Like I knew Spencer Pratt was dead on arrival.
Oh, really?
About a week before it happened.
Oh shit! Why didn't you tell me? I was stressing out.
I did tell you.
You did?
I think you were too stressed out.
Okay. I couldn't believe you. I was like, I don't have enough evidence for this.
Yeah. No, I was going off those numbers, and his numbers were drastically getting lower. People were trying to buy out of that stock.
Okay.
And that made me go, okay, people are trying to dump this stock right now. Do you think that's
just like a lot of insider trading there?
For lack of a better phrase, yes.
Yeah.
It's prediction markets. Come on.
Yeah, it's just a lot of it's not regulated. So right now, essentially, like if you're saying that this is correct, the latest consensus probabilities from prediction markets like Kalshi and traditional sports books show that Cleveland is separating itself from the pack in terms of the likelihood that LeBron James will land there.
Today is the reason why I changed my mind.
Okay.
I thought 100% this was going to be Golden State. I now officially don't think that anymore. I think he's going back to Cleveland.
Because of Donovan Mitchell.
The Donovan Mitchell deal, the fact that Harden hasn't gotten done yet, and that to me gave me bells and whistles. Not that Harden's going elsewhere. They're trying to figure out the money to make everything kind of work. That's what I think.
Wants to play with Harden?
I wouldn't be shocked.
I would.
I'm a little confused on how it'll work because how on the ball he is and everything.
He's
but
also kind of like he's a really terrible playoff. Like, and LeBron has got to be looking to try to do something with Cleveland before he retires. Like,
that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Maybe LeBron thinks he could be the one that does it. I don't know.
He's the one. Imagine he's the one who takes James Harden. That's his greatest accomplishment. And people would genuinely. I think if he won a fifth ring with James Harden, dragged him,
it's over. It's over. The go conversation's beyond over.
Yeah, that's worth 3 rings.
It's outrageous. I don't know, man. I just. That Donovan Mitchell signing today and knowing that Harden hasn't happened just made me go, listen how quickly the Lakers had about faced and got all these deal done. Look at all the things that all these teams have done in a short amount of time.
Right.
Yet Cleveland is really taking their time. Somebody knows something. There's a reason why Cleveland's taking their time. And I think he's going to Cleveland.
So they have it at 57 to 58%.
Which is high, by the way.
Fucking crazy high.
Which
That's
is real
way
high.
higher than I thought. The traditional sports book has it at minus 122. They had the next after that is the Miami Heat at 17 to 19%. I think the Miami Heat would be so fun. I think him returning to the Heat just because of the Giannis Bam thing.
Oh no, it'd be wild.
That'd be fun as fuck.
Oh, I agree.
That's a way more fun team than the choke artists known as Donovan Mitchell and James Harden.
But I also think Golden State would still be kind of interesting.
Yeah, see, I don't really.
I know you
care.
don't, but
yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
I don't know if people. Just to reiterate, I want to preserve my memory of Steph and LeBron as the 2004 Paris Olympics.
Okay.
It was perfect.
Okay.
It was the perfect couple of weeks. The two of them with Kevin Durant was like that big three, the old dudes coming in and just bawling. And the moments that they had, like, it was perfect. Let that be the thing that lives in our memory. That's why. It's less about like, would they be cool? Of course they'd be fucking cool. But I have my perfect moment. You know, it's like
fair.
if you have the perfect breakup, right? If you like say goodbye and you're like, we had a great relationship.
What the fuck is a perfect breakup?
Like, it's
I don't think I've ever had a good breakup in my life. All my breakups are terrible, and I think I don't talk to any of them.
This is the point. It's like almost impossible. It's almost impossible to end something perfectly, to have like the perfect run. You have a great relationship. You're going in separate directions. You still love and respect each other so much. You'll probably stay in touch, but it's never going to happen again. And you have a beautiful, I don't know, kiss outside the airport, and then you never see each other again. Okay, wonderful. You don't ever want to see that person. You don't want to see it again. You don't want to ever meet up with them again. You want to have that preserved moment. That's the perfect thing. You rarely get those things in life. We had that with LeBron and Steph.
Okay, well, I think he's going to Cleveland, so I'm good. I'm good.
I do want him. I just want it on the record that I would prefer Miami. Cleveland, of course, is the better story.
I'll
but
tell you
is
what
it
I'd
the
like.
better story if you have to go drag those two playoff chokers to a fucking...
I mean, it's not the better story. I honestly think...
I'm gonna be so bored.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think there's a lot of fun stories here. I would love to see him in Minnesota.
Well,
I don't think it's going to happen.
You know, that's my fucking dream
I don't think
scenario.
it's going to happen. I put that at the lowest of the odds.
LeBron with his two children, Ant and LaMelo.
I also wouldn't mind seeing him in Philly right now because Philly just kind of...
So Philly has that. They're up to 5 to 7%. They weren't even on anyone's radar until the Jaylen Brown trade.
By the way, is Philly all of a sudden the best team in the East?
Well, it always depends on... Doesn't it always depend on Embiid?
I know, but Jaylen Brown's there. He fucking carried the Celtics last year, and
they
now
do
you're
have
putting him with Tyrese
They
Maxey.
have BJ Edgecombe, and
Like, is Philly legitimately now the best team in the East?
it's going to depend on how they play, like how they all play together. But like, absolutely, like there's a chance. I imagine that the Knicks are just going to have, like, they've already lost a couple of pieces.
I think they're gonna take a step back.
Yeah.
I mean, not a huge step back, but like a mild one. Like
No.
I think they'll still finish like third in the East, and
still
we'll
be
see what
good,
happens. Oh
but
yeah,
I don't-
they'll finish like third in
Yeah.
the East. But I'm interested to see what they can do in the playoffs.
I think the Celtics are going to be worse than the Sixers at this point.
Man, I'm sorry this is happening.
Well, you know, I've been all over the internet griping about it. I'm tired now.
Well, let's get back to the funness of the racism in sports.
Like coughing and yawning. I swear, guys, I'm into this.
All right. Let's get to more good old fashioned American racism.
Let me. I want to talk to you about this because I've been waiting to talk to you about this. You and I have not been able to. We haven't had a show in a minute, so.
Yeah.
If for those who don't, haven't been paying attention, Cade Cavalli, pitcher for the Nationals,
Yes.
had an incident with Red Sox Wilson Contreras.
By the way, Wilson Contreras has a lot of incidents.
Yeah.
This one wasn't his fault.
No. Well, he's an antagonizer.
He is. He didn't do this though.
No. He is a person who gets people riled up. We've seen our first spill in the history of the podcast.
It was only a matter of time. Continue.
He gets people riled up. We know this about him. He's always been somebody who like kind of gets under people's skin on purpose. However, in this situation, it's coming at me. In this situation, it was not his fault. And if you don't know about it, I don't know. Do I say what he said?
Yeah, I think. Listen, you could hear it very clearly on the video.
Yeah.
I'll say it because I'm not even comfortable with it either. But here's what he said. It was strike 3, and he immediately shouted out to him, and I mean, looked him dead in the face, "Sit down, boy."
Yeah.
Which I don't think I need.
This is a white Oklahoma pitcher.
I don't think I need to fucking tell any of you the outrageous connotation of where that comes from. And not to mention how he said it and how quickly he said it, as if he had this more than planned that he was going to say this. And I just don't understand how people can say something that has outrageous racist, racial tones and connotations and an outrageous amount of, hundreds of years of history, and then just claim to be ignorant, that you have idea what this is from.
He claimed that he had no idea, that if he had known...
You don't need to be a lying sack of shit. You could say you truly didn't mean it that way, and
No, there's nothing you could say.
I can
the point
almost hear that, even though I don't fucking buy it a second.
Cody, there's nothing you can
But
say.
telling me that you don't know this, you're from fucking Oklahoma. Yes, you fucking do. Just fucking knock that shit off.
Sometimes I really wish that.
Stop it.
I really do. The only way that it wouldn't have, the real honest answer is very
spilled a lot.
likely. It's just not. It's not going to stop. It's coming for me.
I really spilled a lot. Could you?
Well, listen. I mean, I can't believe we haven't. I can't believe this hasn't happened before.
I'm actually shocked.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
I guess the thing that's like the only thing you can say at that moment is like, I'm realizing that there's a lot of like racist verbiage that I grew up around that is still in my it's still in my lexicon, and I still have a lot of unpacking to do. Yeah. That's the only answer that needs to otherwise you're just lying. You're a white good old boy from Oklahoma playing baseball, which is extremely racist to begin with. And that phrase is what it is.
Hold on, let's put a quick pause.
has
Mocha's getting on camera. Hey, Mocha. Say hi to the people.
Hey, everybody.
You're almost on camera. There he
Hell
is.
yeah!
There's our handsome
Oh my
Mocha.
God, I can't believe you guys just saw Mocha because Cody spilled his wine.
I mean, I wish there was a better
We're
reason to
making
put him on.
We're making him do chores.
Man,
on the
he is
podcast.
earning his money today. Poor Mocha.
This is what happens when we take a week and a half off.
Yeah, we all get kind of out of sync a little bit. Thank you, Mocha. You're the best. I'll clean the rest later, man. I appreciate your help. And by the way, Mocha's been on the ones and twos on this show from the very get-go, so I can't stress how much we love Mocha.
It's very important that we have Mocha here. Like
is.
it's really, we tried to do it one time without him, and it was
a
so
struggle.
Fucking annoying.
It was a struggle bust. I'm like, I really wish Mocha was here. But that being said,
yeah, we know this was a racist thing. It was a white pitcher saying a racist thing. It is what it is. We know about baseball.
Can I tell you something shocking?
Oh yeah, sure.
I did not see a ton. There was obviously plenty of I saw racism. when I
Sure,
played.
of course, yeah.
But you might be surprised. It's less than you think. I saw less than you think. Now I saw an outrageous amount of ignorance. I would say of the things that I saw mostly, I would say of the things that people were racist against, I would say, not kidding, homophobia was at the top of the list.
They were racist against homophobia?
They were incredibly homophobic. I would say they'd start there. Then I'd say anti-Semitic was there, and racism was right about the same, if not just above anti-Semitism.
Well, I will say this as thoughtfully as I can. I think that there are times where you're not noticing racist microaggressions that aren't aimed at you because you're not trained to see them. Mm-hmm. So, there's probably a lot more racism going on than you're necessarily always even seeing.
That being said, I was a little more aware because I dealt with an outrageous amount of anti-Semitism.
Yes, which you would have, right. So, that's what I'm saying. But you probably were noticing that stuff because you know what to look for more than you would. There are so many things that I've learned. The more I'm in with community, with black people, my black friends, black colleagues, black coworkers, I have been like, oh, fuck. You don't know it unless you're spending a lot of time with people having dialogues about this. And so I think that there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't even notice until we notice it. And then we realize it's happening all around us, right? Mm-hmm. So that could be a part of it as well. And you are about as well-meaning and caring about these and open-minded as you could possibly be. You and I have blind spots that we simply cannot overcome in a lot of these spaces.
A part of this, honestly, might also be this. And I hate to say it this way, but there weren't an outrageous amount of African Americans playing with me during my time.
Yeah.
And the racism I saw was mostly towards the Latin players.
Yeah, there's so many. A lot of the black players are Dominican American.
Yeah.
And from South America and
make no mistake, they deal with a lot of it. Yeah. A lot of
100%.
it.
But they do have a different relationship
yes.
to not only discussing it, but even sometimes recognizing it or care. Those are nuances among the diaspora that are not for us to necessarily break down, but there absolutely is a dynamic that exists. My question for you is, they reduced Cade Cavalli's suspension for this whole incident to 5 games.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wilson Contreras currently is still serving his 7-game suspension. It's under appeal. We'll see. I guess we can't say what's going to happen.
Well, his is still 7 because he did throw a helmet at him.
So, first of all, funny thing about that, there was a headline on ESPN after. Did you see this?
I did not.
After this whole incident, where they were like, this headline essentially read, Scrum breaks out after Wilson Contreras throws helmet at Cade Cavalli.
One more time. That's what it said?
Yes.
On what network?
ESPN.
Boy, I have, for what little respect I have for that network, it's now officially all gone.
Yeah.
I had no respect for them already, but Jesus Christ.
It was like full on lie.
Jesus
like a full on lie.
Christ. That is just that is such a blatant lie. I don't know what to
Mm-hmm.
do with myself. Did he throw a helmet? Yes. Not the headline.
Not the headline, and definitely wasn't how the scrum broke out. He was in a scrum by the time the helmet was thrown because Cavalli had been racist. So they were both suspended. I'm not a big fan of suspending somebody for reacting to racism. Yes, there is a rule that you don't throw your helmet at somebody.
throw a
There's
helmet
also
at
a
somebody.
rule against being racist,
You
right?
also can't be racist.
So we're sort of in a pickle there where you get to decide. Now, this is very much feeling like the Myles Garrett swinging his helmet at who was it, Mason Rudolph?
But here's the difference.
But that was way more dangerous.
It was more dangerous, but here's also the difference on that. We didn't have very obvious audio sound of what Mason Rudolph did or did not
only
say.
had to go off of believing Myles Garrett, which believe all Myles Garretts.
Yes, I believe Myles Garrett. That being said, we didn't have the outrageously clear as a goddamn bell sound that Cade Cavalli was so kind to give us.
It sounded like it came out of a movie. Like a movie about a racist Southern.
This honestly sounded like a scene from the movie fucking 42.
Yeah.
This was a scene, and I do mean this, the first 45 minutes of 42.
Yeah.
So I can't stress this enough. Can't believe the suspension was reduced. I'm baffled that his thing is, I had no idea. Just for that sentence alone, I would have doubled your fucking dumbass suspension. You are a dumb fuck if you didn't know. You're either this, a racist asshole, or the dumbest fuck I've ever seen in my life. Either way, you should be suspended more games. It is what it is, and it drives me nuts.
I think that we should all get to vote, and if America decides that what you said was racist, he gets to throw a helmet at you point blank range from I'm sorry. Like, I'm so fucking over these dudes. I'm so over it. Like, technically you can't throw a helmet at
Well, I mean, it is assault. I mean.
Yeah, and so is hate speech. Like, neither of these things are legal things to do.
I didn't say one was better or worse than the other.
I know what's better.
I know what's better too, but you can't throw a helmet at a guy. But
you can.
I mean, you can physically.
Also, like, to your point, the helmet was tossed at it's not like he point blank range Myles Garrett at him. It's like we're acting like
You're not wrong.
Like he took a shotgun to his head.
No. I'm not saying that. You're not wrong.
He tossed it into a crowd.
Listen.
He was more than anything, he was angrily throwing his helmet than he was even targeting it. Like, it was like, fuck this.
Listen. The whole situation is fucked.
Team instigating Wilson Contreras. I love a petty bitch who gets under people's skin. I don't like when getting under people's skin results in racism, especially when that's a one instance where they haven't done anything. That was just bizarre. And
he swung through a pitch. He's walking back. Here's the thing. Turns out, like, what? Because even I was just like, what?
Even the sit down, honestly, like in that moment, it was like wildly unsportsmanlike. There was no need for it. This was not a Bautista bat flip. Like, everybody needs to fucking chill.
Yeah, unreal. Anyways,
have we wrapped up?
Don't say that to someone.
So headlines was basically racism corner plus LeBron.
Yeah. So thank you, LeBron.
Yeah. We have to go back in Media Corner. We must return to the United States, and perhaps the most frustrating and maybe depressing conversation to have is the one happening in the media right now around Christian Pulisic, and how he not only showed up in this tournament, but how he played in the most important game they've played in the last 12 years.
I would say didn't show up in the tournament and barely played.
Game one, Pulisic?
For the first half, yes.
Oh, man, I was pumped. He got hurt, right?
He got hurt.
But before he got hurt, man, I was like, finally, we got tournament Pulisic. This is the guy he was always meant to be. The backlash from fans, but specifically the media, which I find fascinating, because the USMNT has always been the ugly, duckling little stepchild to the USWNT. The women in this sport have dominated it. They have been the standard, the gold standard, quite literally, 4 World Cup golds, Olympic golds. Like, they are the best women's team in the world.
And what's amazing is the same people that celebrated our president overturning the red card hates that team.
Sure, of course, naturally.
Fascinating, isn't it?
But they're getting the royal treatment here. They're getting the mainstream media royal treatment. This is what happens when you're prime time and fuck up.
Hey, man.
We
made it.
Yeah, we
finally made it. Our soccer team made it.
And I want to start with Nick Wright ripping Christian Pulisic because I think this is an encapsulation. Both him and Sydney Leroux sort of have said what I have been thinking about this whole situation. He said, yeah, I mean, I just want to go over what this is all he said after the game. I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course, but now I have time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay. Hey, guess what we don't give a fuck about, Pulisic? Your time to rest. Sydney Leroux reposted that and said, you've rested the entire tournament. Sydney Leroux, by the way, champion, very famous women's player. That was the extent of Pulisic's accounting for the exit that ended his tournament. Here's what Nick Wright said. Yeah. It seems like it might be more pain tolerance than long-term injury concern, and it's the World Cup, and I would like for the guy who's supposed to change American soccer to be able to fight through it. But we got away with it in the Australia game. It was fine, and he was rearing and ready to go. This one, there's no confusion about it. We saw what happened. We saw him suffer the injury. He kicked the guy, which I would put akin to, in hazards of the job, being a garbage man and having stuff splash on you. It's unfortunate, but it probably happens more often than you'd like. And for that to be as debilitating as it was, to the point where he could not be involved in the play for the next 4 or 5 minutes, we allow a goal and he begs out of the biggest game of his life, is unacceptable. And to add to that, before I move on to what Landon Donovan said, you have 2 choices in that moment after Landon Donovan goes down. By the way, his team had full possession in that moment, and he would not get up, which means they could not make a play. Nope. They had full possession and an opportunity to make a potentially goal-scoring moment, and he laid there. And then, when he did get back up, he limped around the field rather than taking himself off. He could have immediately been like, you got to get me off. We have to stay in this. As a leader, that's what he should have done. Instead, he limped around like a little fuck and did not come off the field. And then we gave up one of the worst goals I've ever seen scored in the history of soccer. Yep. Landon Donovan said, this is what it means to represent your country. And if you don't want to take this as a professional soccer player, as someone who gets the opportunity to wear that jersey and take it seriously and responsibly, then don't come in. He's tired. He's out there grinding, hurt himself in the process. And I can't help but think that our guy's on vacation, not wanting to play in the Gold Cup. It's pissing me off.
Listen, I watched it too. I think we can all agree now, Pulisic ain't the guy.
Pulisic is not only not the guy.
He's not the guy.
But
I wanted him to be the guy. We all wanted it. We wanted it more than reality actually was.
All the best soccer players that have come out of this country, men and women, are looking at this guy like, yeah, no.
We're out.
Yeah, no.
He's not the guy.
And that, I think that's
it sucked.
I think that's the most frustrating part for me, is that
quote is so fucking soft. I don't know what to do. Like, to actually say after that game, now I can get some rest, is just...
Who gives a fuck about your rest right now?
The most outrageously tone-deaf... did you think we were going to feel bad for you? Man, come on, dude. You gotta read the room. You gotta... If only he just fell on the sword and say, I sprained my ankle. I had to get out of there. I should have gotten out of there faster. Just, God damn it. What is this fucking answer you gave?
Well, and that's the thing.
It's just that's selfish and tone deaf and stupid.
That's an indication of what was in your head while you were out there. And I kind of like that Nick Wright was like, can you play soccer? Like, does everything that touches you hurt you? Like, is this not something you can ever fucking play through?
I agree with Nick Wright a lot.
He's not wrong.
I actually agree more with Landon Donovan, because he's...
I agree with Landon Donovan 100%.
It's the vacation comment that I agree with most, because you just say, now I have a break to get healthy.
And he refused to play in the Gold Cup. Like, all this motherfucker does is rest.
Like, dude,
all he does is rest and not show up. Meanwhile...
Last World Cup, remember he fucking got hurt last World Cup. Like, he's always fucking hurt.
No, but don't worry. He makes sure he plays just just enough to get his contracts in, in whatever league he's playing in. Sydney LaRue wrote, honestly, I don't care if they lost. I care that I watched the biggest moment of their lives disappear and never saw the desperation to save it. You spent your entire life getting to that field. Every sacrifice was for this. And when it starts slipping away, you fucking fight. You make them rip the dream out of your hands. I will never understand having anything left to give when it's over. And I thought about how Tim Howard talked about putting on the United States jersey. And he was like, every single time I went out and played for the United States, that was the biggest game of my life. That was the most important, most honored moment of my career. Like, that was what I played soccer for, was to put that jersey on and play in those moments. That was like the best part of my career and the thing I'm most proud of. Clearly, that's how the women feel about it. And that is just simply not what we saw from the U.S. men's national team across the board. I don't think that every player was not trying to show up. I actually think Balogun played really well. There was no one setting him up, but he was everywhere he was supposed to be for so long until it became lost. Weston McKennie didn't look great. I mean, the guys that have been told us that are the future of the team have not looked great. And now the media is looking at you and saying, oh, you just had a chance to get all of us to give a fuck. All you had to do was show up and fight. Mexico.
Showed up and fought.
All you had to do was show up and fight and die out there. Cabo Verde.
Showed up and fought.
Cabo Verde might have won the fucking game.
They were this close.
In our minds, they won the game.
They truly did. They're on the map now. Like, they're real.
You literally didn't have to win. You didn't have to win. And it's almost like they thought, like, as soon as they were losing the game, it was like they lost.
They gave up.
Any sense of
awful.
pride.
Not to mention that Lukaku fucking goal with 3 minutes. That was just like...
Lukaku is a fucking dagger, too. Every time he comes in, he's going to score.
He's always going to score.
As soon as he came in, he was going to score.
But right when I saw that happen, I was just like, just for the love of God, at least leave it here. When Lukaku got that goal, I was just like, you know what? Fuck this team. I'm so mad that I put in this effort for these guys.
It's like it almost was like they didn't believe in the fans in the country to care that they fought. It was like, well, we're not going to win, so who cares? And it's like, no, we actually care. I promise you,
I still
if we
care.
had seen a team doing what Mexico did, doing what Cabo Verde did, that we would have felt so much better. And this is the one thing I like about our sports media in these moments, especially when people become initiated into it, is like, you simply are not going to get away with this bullshit. We have no fucking time for you. We're trying to put men's soccer on the map here. We're trying to put the entire sport on the map here. And the women are the ones who had to fight to get paid?
Dude.
Are you fucking... until 4 years ago, the women had to fight to get paid as much as the men. And these are the fucking idiots who we've rolled out. And not all of them. But Pulisic is a fucking joke. And I don't feel this way very often about players, and I've given him the benefit of the doubt time and time and time again. If he never puts on a Team USA jersey again, I'll be fucking fine. I'll be fine. I'm over it. I'm completely done with it. And as somebody in the media, I don't have fun watching him. I don't have fun covering him. He does absolutely nothing for me.
Because it's the same fucking story. He's fucking hurt, or he isn't hurt, or whatever, and he's not going to go out there. And now, the one time we truly needed him, he was a fucking no-show.
By the way,
I don't trust you anymore. I'm done.
Did you see what Flo Balogun did after the game?
Dude, wonderful. Went over and hugged the manager
Rudy
of
Garcia,
Belgium.
yep.
Spoke to him. Rudy Garcia gave a great quote about it, saying, "I made it abundantly clear. I'm not mad at you. None of this was your
He also
fault.
said he thought
I
it was really
appreciate this kid.
classy,
Extremely classy. Watching him go and hug every Belgian player. I mean this. Belgian is now like officially my favorite person in sports.
For him to have the presence of mind,
he is
and
what
the
Pulisic will never be,
and absolutely the confidence to go over there, the class to go over there.
He is the best of America, by the way.
Yeah, and like a truly, genuinely important moment, and I think something that might have, unfortunately been a saver for like a career saver in terms of the way people talk about him moving forward, because that Belgium team, for better or worse, was pissed. And he took, obviously they beat our asses. Great. That's karma.
Shit out of us.
And then also he did the most, he was the leader. This guy, Balogun's a kid. He was a leader. He had the presence and the integrity in that moment to do that.
He's the future of this whole thing.
He's 100% the future of everything. And we could lose him to England. Like,
no, we are going to lose him.
That's the scary part, is like, we had one chance to keep him and to like show him how much we love and respect him. Trump stuck his fucking orange fist into the whole thing. American fans, there was a large segment that reacted really poorly to it, and now we might lose the best player we have had in a generation since Tim Howard to England, and that breaks my heart because I love him the way that everybody's wanted me to love every other player that they wanted me to love Landon like this. They wanted me to love Clint like this. And I loved Landon and Clint, but I don't like this kid, man.
This kid's got it.
Yeah.
And I wish him the very best when he eventually goes over to England, because he's not going to play for us again. I loved him. How he handled himself throughout the entire process. The quote he gave after the red card made me go like, this guy's it. This guy,
he's incredible.
How he talked about how he needed to come off the field with class and with respect to the refs, even though he disagreed, he needed to make sure that because other kids are seeing this. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's perfect.
I can't believe he's
this guy's our fucking captain. He's fucking 20.
I would fight with everything I had to keep him on that team.
Please come back.
And I don't even know if we're keeping Pochettino.
We're definitely not keeping Pochettino.
So it's like the whole thing's now a
Pochettino's
nightmare.
going to fucking sign a fucking 5-year deal with somebody, and it's going to be.
Well, he didn't exactly coach us. He should not have started Matt Freese, man.
Hey, man, listen. The best kick we had yesterday was when he fucking kicked those water bottles after that second goal.
He was pissed.
That was the best kick I saw from an American.
Oh, I said to
player.
Chris, I was like, "That's a bad sign," and he goes, "No, he's finally showing fight." And I was like, "No, he's." That's I know the difference between a like let's fucking go kick and a like I'm losing control of my faculties kick.
By the way, just for the record, even though Tillman was very ineffective
Malik
anytime,
Tillman.
But my God, on free kicks, this guy is a.
We have David Beckham. That's
like,
David. He's David Beckham.
He is unfucking real.
I couldn't. So when that happened, I was like, "Oh, we're in this." Like I felt the better than Malik Tillman had a great
for a minute and a half.
Tournament.
I felt.
Yeah, I was
some
like, holy
serious
fuck.
pride and like we're doing this, and then a minute and a half later,
Yeah,
something
it was
else.
awful.
Then
But
it ended.
no, Malik Tillman had a good tournament.
He did. No, but his free kicks.
Anthony Robinson is like a fucking G. You will never get me to get to hate on. I think Anthony Robinson. I think Malik Tillman. I did not think that that some of the other players who've shut up all tournament yesterday, I thought had rough days. It's time for Tim Ream to move on. A captain, a legend. I love Tim Ream, but he was just not. So, whatever. But I'm glad you shouted out Malik Tillman because he. I can't. That's some messy David Beckham shit. Like, we don't have players who do that.
Like,
this. I've been watching men's soccer, this goddamn team, we've never had a player who
By the way,
that
wasn't even his best one this tournament.
To see it happen twice in a tournament was fucking. I looked at. I was like, is this real? Like, this is a thing we have on our team now? Like, crazy.
Fucking unreal. Like, really fucking unreal.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do in the future. I felt like I said the same thing last tournament too, but this one I was really into. I hope US can get it together for the next go around, but I also will say this. My hope is there. My expectation is not.
Right.
And that's because we just don't have a system in place to fucking do this. We just don't.
2028 women, you in?
Oh, I'll be in.
You in?
I'll be in.
Okay.
I'll be in. I'm usually into the women, but I'm like, this one really got me.
No,
this tournament, this
one was
whole
here.
tournament
It was here.
has really gotten me to
perfect.
the point where your husband Chris and I are talking about fucking picking a La Liga team together.
Yep.
We're and like getting into that
do you know
shit.
How much, by the way, he's doing a lot of research.
I know he is, and I'm waiting for him to present me the research.
And not only is he doing research,
and I'm also thinking about not picking his team on purpose so we can have a fucking rivalry.
Although you might not want to do that because his plan currently is to pick a place that not only is cool and has like cool history that he's into, but that is a sick place to travel if we want to go to a game.
God damn it. Okay. Keep up the research.
Yeah.
But that, and also like, I know you think this is lazy. Don't be mad at me. You have to understand there is a very specific reason I'm going to be all in on Man U. I know they're lazy. It's a lazy.
Holland?
No. I know it's a lazy pick because they're basically historically Yankees. I get it. But
well, not quite.
I mean more historically, but like how I meant more the fandom, not the championship nature.
They were like they were the first like team
Dallas
that
Cowboys.
Americans started paying attention to.
And I'm sorry that it's going to be that lazy, but my bar is O'Brien's Pub. O'Brien's Pub is a Manchester United bar. I'm going to go with my.
It's
bar.
not exactly their heyday.
I know it's not.
So I mean,
So I feel good about jumping in on a team that is not at the top tier of what they've been.
Like, they're going to be good no matter what. Like, they're never going to be, at least not anytime soon.
But that's who I'm going to be rooting for because of my loyalty to my pub.
That's fine. I'm going to go to O'Brien's and yell at you. I mean, I'm going to go to Sonny's and yell at you from down the street.
You're going to a worse bar.
I like Sonny's.
I worked there.
I like Sonny's. It's bigger, which I do appreciate.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's a lot bigger. Yeah. No, it is a lot bigger. And it's like the setup is more like it's just the horseshoe, which is a lot easier than.
Not as much outdoor space though.
There is. There's a full back patio out there now.
There's 2 back patios at O'Brien. 2 is more than 1.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I really like O'Brien's.
They're both good spots, actually.
Yeah.
I'm giving shit to Sonny's just because I used to work there.
And
my end there wasn't
And
great.
one's like one's Boston and one's New
One's
York.
Boston and one is New York.
Yeah.
O'Brien's became the New York bar. Sonny McLean's has always been the home of. Well, actually, I take that back. It used to be the home of Red Sox Nation West. So back in 2003 and 2004, whenever they would actually go to a quote unquote Boston bar, they weren't showing a bar in Boston. They were showing Sonny McLean's in Santa Monica.
Oh yeah.
Which was wild to me. I'm like, I would laugh when they would go to cut like in between breaks, like, and look at this, look at the fans in Boston going crazy. I'm like, that's Sonny's.
Cody, when I first moved here and I watched the Red Sox win the World Series at Sonny McLean's in 2013, I was like, I've watched the Red Sox win a World Series in Boston, and it feels exactly the same.
Yeah, no,
It was fucking weird.
Well, I'll tell you
to
this.
the point where I was like, "Am I in the Twilight Zone?"
The old owners
It
was a straight,
exactly.
But it's not the same owner.
No, it's
though,
not. It's not the same
sadly.
anymore. But back then, I mean, it was like I might as well. The vibe felt like Boston. The bar looked like a bar from Boston, and I was like, I had just moved here. It had been a matter of weeks, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Legit. No, very
If you
legit.
if any of the people watching are Boston fans and ever come to Los Angeles, like it actually
But
is
is
a fun
Sonny still
experience.
that good of a Boston spot?
It's
It is still good?
It's still a really fun place to watch a Boston sports game.
Okay, good.
I don't know what it would be like now in comparison to the heyday of when I
I will
watched
tell
them
you
win
the
a World
heyday because
Series,
I was also
yeah.
in there during Lakers Celtics because I was working there at the time.
Do you ever think about the fact that we definitely have been in the same place at the same time over the last?
Oh, we
13
probably
years,
were. We
definitely-
were probably fucking yelling at each other.
Like,
but I was working there, and I was the
it's
one.
impo-
I was the one Laker fan.
We
working
were
there.
because like you were in New York, and I know you were like for a few years, and then you were bopping around in baseball, but you were in Los Angeles still a lot. You were doing stuff all around town.
all the time.
There's no way we didn't
We absolutely
walk
probably
by
did.
each other at some point.
Probably all the time. It probably happened a shit ton
I used
of
to
times.
live in this goddamn town.
We probably
I used to be on
bumped into-
26th all the time.
You probably saw me all the time. I probably served you a beer at Sonny's or at South if you ever came to South. You probably came to
And
my
I don't
trivia
even- and I-
nights at
and I
fucking
don't remember 'cause
Brew
you had
House.
hair.
I looked different.
Yeah.
I looked better.
Real quick before we go, I have to ask you this.
Yes.
How much do you know about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding?
Not a ton, other than they got married at Madison Square Garden, and the guest list was outrageous, and they had to shut down a full city block for it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think weddings should be like this.
My favorite thing about this has been like the Swifties on the internet being like, she has to have it somewhere where they can't have paparazzi. It can't be outside. It has to be in Madison Square. I was like, hold on.
What?
The privacy that she's looking for is going to be achieved
At
at the
MSG?
most popular arena in the entire country, one of the most popular arenas in the world, in the most crowded city in the United States, one of the most popular cities in the world, in the middle of fucking Manhattan with 1,100 celebrities.
I'm getting married at the Roman Coliseum.
Don't look.
No one look at me.
Guys, stop looking.
Guys.
Guys, stop looking. Like, are you kidding me? That's the thing that's annoying me.
You know what's awesome is small weddings. I'm told.
Small weddings are
Because
sick.
I didn't have one.
I had a small wedding.
I had a big wedding, and I don't.
We had a 62 person destination wedding. Everybody flew in, stayed at the same hotel. We vacationed together for days. Everybody became best friends, got drunk in the
That
pool with
sounds
my aunts and
fucking
uncles.
so
It
much
was
better
fucking
than what I
perfection.
did. And my wedding, by the way, was badass.
I'm sure it was.
It was the best part of my marriage.
Really?
It was actually the only good part of my
Where
marriage.
was it?
It was in just outside of downtown LA. There was this. It's actually a great venue. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a really, really great venue.
What type of venue was
like,
it?
It was like it was just this beautiful
Like event space style? Or
kind of
like,
event space,
okay.
but it was like a very unique event space. They also had their own catering company at this event space, and it was like just like on the edge of Koreatown. And I mean, it was a truly stunning event space. It really
Did it
great
have
spot.
views? What are
No,
we
no,
talking?
it was like segmented rooms, kind of.
Oh, cool.
And with a really big,
Like
like multiple,
vibey?
yeah, very vibey. A lot of multiple halls, like in it, but like not a huge place, but like
Yeah.
it was. I gotta say, it was really fucking cool.
How many people were at this wedding?
200.
Yeah, that's too big.
That's too big.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't agree more. Way too many people.
I actually think so. We were just at a wedding with, I think it was like we counted, and it was probably just over 100
Also,
people.
I never should have gotten married.
Well, there's that.
Yeah, I really should have done that.
There's that part of it.
I regret that
And also,
entirely.
the amount of people there for your cursed wedding.
I also regret
horrifying. Very expensive. But also, I was just at a wedding with about 100 something people. It was like 110, maybe slightly over 100. And it was like just the right size of like, if you're going to have this many people, I'm good with this. This is a good little amount.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, and it's like, there's no way all
So
these people
2,000
like,
in Madison Square Garden's not for you?
Like you're here to collect money at this point. Like there's no way anybody gives a fuck that you're here. Like,
by the way, she didn't register, did she?
who?
Taylor
Swift, imagine.
She's like, by the way, we're registered at Home Depot and Bed Bath & Beyond. Let us know what you got.
The billionaire?
Yeah. I hope she didn't send a register to anybody.
I don't know what her and her 1,100 famous people guess. Every single person there was some high society person.
I bet the gift bag was crazy.
You know, I heard something. There was like weird leaks about her like vows or like the speeches that they were giving to each other at this party. And like something about how she like wished that she had like known Travis in high school because he was like a loser with no friends or something. I was like, what are we? I hate this.
Wasn't he a delinquent? That was more of his thing back then?
He was a delinquent in college. I don't know about high school.
I don't know about high school
He
either.
also got kicked out of college.
I do know that.
I do know
Thank
Jason
God for
Kelce
his
had to
older
like
brother.
beg. His older brother.
He owes his older brother fucking
And
everything.
you know what?
Everything.
I will give Travis credit. No one knows that more than him. Like
I bet you
Travis is very loyal to Jason.
He fucking better
Yeah,
be.
yeah, like,
your entire
His
life
entire life,
exists because Jason Kelce fucking saved you.
literally. His
And by the way,
whole-
Jason Kelce's gonna be fucking like one of the greats ever. So.
He's great, yeah.
He's fucking great.
No, he's a Hall of
Fucking
Famer,
Hall of
on
Famer.
his,
He's
and
gonna be
so
Hall of
as is
Famer.
Travis Kelce.
Both
but
of them are Hall of Famers.
yeah, it's
But
just
like
really-
Jason deserves his own wing for what he did.
Yeah. He's the reason that he should be.
The Chiefs dynasty
He should
is-
actually have a Chiefs ring.
He really fucking should.
Yeah, he
They
should.
should send his ass a ring.
That would be
They
re-
should retire Jason Kelce's fucking jersey in Kansas City while they're at it.
They really should.
They really fucking should.
You know what? I think we just came up with something that will make Chiefs.
I think
fans
even Chiefs fans would agree with this shit.
Eagles fans wouldn't though.
No, they'll be a little upset
They'd be
about it. But
pissed.
you know what? Get the fuck over it. Everybody
Eagles
loves
fans are
Jason
mad about
Kelce.
everything all the time.
That is true. That is what they did. That's why they fucking had an active judge in the vet.
I still love that.
I didn't say I didn't love it. I just said they needed it because they're fucking drunk lunatics. All right, Tanya. Well, we did it again. We even talked about the fucking Boston Red Sox and we couldn't even talk about the fucking bloody sock today. But you know why?
Because of racism.
No, it's mostly because fuck Kurt Schilling, but I don't want to end the show just yet. I just wanted to say, make sure everybody like, share, and subscribe wherever you get your favorite podcast. Not to mention, on top of that, on YouTube, make sure you hit that alert button so you know when we're going live, because we go live twice a week, every week. Sometimes we have to switch it around on Monday. So always check out us on YouTube.
But we try for Mondays.
We
and
always try for
Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays occasionally because of something like a World Cup match that we had to watch. We made sure we switched over to Tuesday. So just take a look at us on Instagram at The Regulars Pod, so you always know what we're doing. We're always posting videos. Tanya's doing an unbelievable thing. Make sure you follow Tanya because she's the single greatest person on social media. Follow
Facts.
me too, because why not?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well follow Cody. Like he's lagging way behind on the social media presence behind, and his confidence is waning. Especially,
I do feel really bad.
This is
about
why
myself.
he's avoiding having the bloody sock debate. I think because
It is not why, but it is there's a percentage.
well, either way, one thing I know we do agree on, regardless of where we land on the bloody sock, is that it's fuck you, Kurt Schilling.
Oh God, Kurt Schilling, fuck you.